Always consider that many amongst you are unfair ones, irresponsible ones, non-righteous ones, conscienceless ones, and virtueless ones, and they are always concerned to whisper evil to you and to plant a tree condition of shame in you, so that you will be ashamed to liberate yourselves from non-right and evil, and so that you assume that the truth is forbidden to you, so that you do not become fair ones, responsible ones, righteous ones, conscientious ones, and not full of virtues. And those who do evil and who are unfair ones are responsible ones. They are companions of the false prophets and other false teachers, of the priests, servants of gods and servants of tin gods, who present you the illusion that you are protected by liberators, angels, and that you will have eternal life if you obligate yourselves to the false teachings of the false prophets, as well as the priests, gods and tin gods. And be heedful, because the unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and non-righteous ones, conscienceless ones, the virtuous ones, the priests and other servants of gods and servants of tin gods are continually concerned to catch you in their rapacious clutches, and they lie to you with vows that they are your good and sincere advisers, although they are not, because truly they only lead you into delusion and attempt to cast you down into the abysses and into the darkness of unknowledgeness of the truth. They deceive you through lies and deception to sample from the tree of evil that grows in them and to eat its fruits, so that you may become the same as them. So you are ashamed to live with the truth, and if they succeed in persuading you to eat their evil fruits, then you take the leaves of their evil garden and wrap yourselves inside them, so that the truth remains closed to you and you do not realize that evil is your obvious enemy. And if evil takes possession of you, then you bring shame down upon yourselves, and you cannot either forgive yourselves or take pity upon yourselves, because you make yourselves into ones who are lost from the truth. And as you are lost ones from the truth, so you are also lost ones and enemies against yourselves, as you make yourselves into enemies against people of your kind, fellow human beings. And truly, as you are enemies against yourselves on earth and enemies against people of your kind, next ones, so you make your home planet into a shadow world, hell, and place of existence for a limited time, because you wreak destruction on the appearance nature, and destroy your world through battles, wars, and hatred, as well as through jealousy, through thirst for revenge and thirst for retaliation, and through everything evil. Truly, you only live on your world for a limited period, one lifetime, and you also die there in order to be brought forth from the life and death life, as a new individual being, personality, when your spirit body, spirit form, is reawakened, reincarnated. Truly, the truth is given to you through the teaching of the prophets, this being the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, so that you may have a clothing protection through it, by means of which you can cover your shame with regard to untruth, and you can free yourselves from it, so that the clothing protection may become a pleasing garment security for you in order to learn the teaching of truth. Yet consider that the garment security shall be a dress of truth for you, but not a dress of godliness, religion, so you are not attached to false prophets, priests and other servants' hands with hell press of gods and tin gods. Therefore heed the signs, evidence of the truth, so that you may always think of, be reminded of this. O people of your kind, human beings, all around, do not allow the evil and unfair, irresponsible things to deceive you, and do not allow yourselves to be driven out of your good garden within yourselves. Rather, always wear the clothing knowledge of the truth, and do not allow it to be robbed from you, so that you do not have to be ashamed of yourselves in front of yourselves and also in front of people of your kind, fellow human beings. Truly, be careful that you do not become propitious, well-disposed, inclined towards in truth, and are not overrun by the crowd of unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and non-righteous ones, conscienceless ones, if you do not see their secret doings by means of which they wish to deceive you. Because see, the unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and non-righteous ones, conscienceless ones, harbor evil towards you, because they are themselves caught up in it, since they have made evil their friend through not being connected to the truth. And if the unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and non-righteous ones, conscienceless ones, commit an infamous action crime, then they think they are in the right, because their forefathers and foremothers, ancestors, forebears, had already made the same deed their own which they had commanded themselves to do. But truly, the laws and recommendations of the appearance nature, and therefore the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, never command infamous actions, crimes, of any kind whatsoever. Neither lovelessness, hatred and revenge, nor retribution, jealousy or outrages of any kind, murder, killing, manslaughter, crimes, torture, act of Gewalt, violation, etc., nor lovelessness, unpeace and unfreedom, bondage, and dissonance, disharmony. This is taught by the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, so that you may understand and follow it. Therefore, what do you want to say against the truth if you do not understand it, do not realize it? And what do you want to say about the truth if you know nothing of it? The wellspring of love creation has included equitableness, fairness, in its laws and recommendations, and in those of the appearance nature. Therefore you shall search with attentiveness for this equitableness, fairness, and shall follow it at all times, so that you always, when you are striving, endeavoring, to search for edification, are opening honest knowledge, so that you always return to equitableness, fairness, as you have found your way to it. Truly, a certain proportion amongst you is well led, guided by the truth, because you have made it your own, but another portion amongst you is out between the truth and untruth, because you do not find the path to the truth, and another portion amongst you has misunderstanding meted out to you in a fitting way and wrong behavior, because you have made friends with evil and the unfair, irresponsible, as well as with the non-righteous, conscienceless, with Gewalt, terror, and coercion, as well as with all terrible things, and you fallaciously believe that you are being rightly led in this way. People of your kind, human beings, put on your jewelry at any time of your choosing, pursue your enjoyments, visit places of edification, and take pleasure in this and that, and eat and drink, but do not exceed the limits, boundaries, in doing this, so that you always do right, full and fair, responsible things, so that you do not become degenerate and do not fall prey to immoderacy. And do not wear jewelry for gods and tin gods, but only in accordance with your fancy for your beauty, and therefore also do not wear jewelry for services to gods and services to tin gods, and not for the priests and other servants' hands with hell press, of gods and tin gods, and also not for the false prophets and those who practice godlinesses, religions, and subgodlinesses, sex cults, and do not wear jewelry for the good things and the provision subsistence that is given to you through the wellspring of love creation, because truly it does not need your jewelry, and therefore jewelry is only intended for your own requirement for the sake of beauty, and as you act in this way you are connected to the truth for all the days in this life, and therefore this part of the teaching is given as a sign evidence for people of your kind, human beings, who have cognizance of the truth.